people complained to the Queen and private secretaries, and nothing was done. Andrew was protected. He knew he was, and that's how he behaved in such a brazen and shameless way. And he continues to behave in that way because he feels that he still holds the cards, even though his protector, his main protector, the Queen, is dead.
The King was heckled during a visit to a cathedral today regarding Prince Andrew's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? What do you think? Should the MPs be allowed to debate?
Well, that would have been pretty uncomfortable, I imagine. Pressure continues to mount on Andrew to vacate Royal Lodge, with the Duke of York, the former Duke of York, we're not allowed to use that one anymore, are we? Reportedly demanding 2 houses, one for himself and one for his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, in return for him leaving his 30-room mansion in Windsor Park. Well, I'm joined now by Andrew Lownie, who is the author of The Rise and Fall of the House of York. Andrew, good evening to you.
Good evening.
I wonder if you can help us to get some clarification on this story. You are very connected to Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson and what is happening with Royal Lodge. Is it your understanding as well that they have agreed to leave? It's just the question of where they go.
Well, I'm not sure they have agreed to leave. They're in quite a strong position. They have an ironclad lease, and the only way they will go is voluntarily or be through persuasion. And at the moment, they're holding out for these 2 properties. Both of them are actually quite large. We've had Prince William and his wife and 3 children living in one of them. And they're playing hardball, basically, in the way that Duke of Windsor played hardball with King George VI in 1936-37. So I think that the royal family are keen that they should actually go into exile, that they shouldn't be on the Windsor estate. This reminder of the scandals around Prince Andrew. He's very keen to stay there because his family are close by. And so it's a bit of a Mexican standoff at the moment, and I'm not quite sure what pressure can be put on him. On one side, there's the worry that particularly Sarah Ferguson may begin to spill some of the beans about the royal family secrets, perhaps by working with an author to write a book. And at the same time, the royal family can put pressure on the Yorks through the future of their children and what might happen to them. So I suggest we wait and watch this space. Nothing is decided yet.
There's also the issue of whether MPs can force a reveal on Andrew's income and where the money came from for Royal Lodge, how he earns his money now, how he's able to sustain himself. Do you think that will happen, that we'll get some more transparency on that?
Well, I hope we will get royal transparency and accountability. It's something I've campaigned for the last decade. I think the MPs have kind of got the wrong end of the stick here. Of course, the leases and the Crown Estate are important. But, the fact is that, he has a proper deal there, and they should be looking at wider issues, I think, about royal accountability and royal finances. And they've kind of gone down a rabbit hole here, which is not going to sort of lead anywhere.
Yeah, you've been writing in the Times, I know, about transparency and the issue of it within the royal family. Let's touch on what the King was subjected to today. I'd imagine that was very awkward for him. There's that really, what you imagine his reaction is. And then the question, probably the sort of more pertinent question, Andrew, of who knew what within the royal family. It is unimaginable, is it not, that there weren't questions answered within the inner workings of the family about Prince Andrew's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes, they've known about the problems for years. He was protected as the trade envoy from 2001 to 2011. Actually, King Charles was against the appointment. They've been perfectly well briefed about that and the Epstein allegations going back many, many years. And the view was taken that until the scandal broke, they would just do nothing. And that's their problem now, that they can't, they clearly will throw him under the bus, and they're finding ways of doing that. But they're pretty compromised themselves. So it's a bit of a mess. I think if they tried to get ahead of the story, because public opinion is way ahead of the palace and indeed the government, the media are picking up on this and they've got the bit between their teeth. And so we're going to see, we've got more and more revelations still to come out. And I think the royals are going to have to make many more concessions to transparency than they would have liked because they didn't grip the problem sooner enough.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be a backlash against them because of that, because they are culpable, are they not? If they have heard what Prince Andrew was engaged in and was involved in before anyone else, and sort of held on to that information.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, years before the story broke, ABC Television in the States, wanted to run an expose of Andrew and Epstein. The royal family, or the palace, said to them if they did so, they would lose all access to any member of the royal family for interviews, and ABC backed off. And as a result, many young girls were abused in that subsequent period. So they have to take some responsibility for their actions. I know from my own research that people complained to the Queen and private secretaries, and nothing was done. Andrew was protected; he knew he was, and that's how he behaved in such a brazen and shameless way. And he continues to behave in that way because he feels that he still holds the cards, even though his main protector, the Queen, is dead.
Yeah, and it's what that has meant for justice, really, the fact that he was protected. Plenty to dig into there, and I'm sure we'll hear more over the coming days and weeks. It's been a great pleasure to speak to you, Andrew Lownie. Thank you, author of The Rise and Fall of the House of York.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? Have you asked the police to cover up for Andrew? What do you think? Should the MPs be allowed to debate the lawyers in the House of Commons?
Squatting in front again, isn't he? You've got your hat in. Take your hat off, please.
I had a better view up there. No idea how that happened.
If you didn't see it, I don't know how much you can see, but obviously we were right outside the gates of the Royal Lodge with this banner, and the Royal Lodge, the park warden.
Okay, so what do you think about Prince Andrew giving up his title?
He politely told them we're going to carry on. And yeah, if you did, you would. And now, since yesterday, when the government have said that they're not going to get involved, the government are now complicit in covering up what's been going on and hampering justice, which